there's a claim, our team of professionals handle your claims promptly and efficiently. When you need wide insurance coverage at a competitive rate, call us at 451-2049 for your rate quote today, or visit us at Bay Street, upstairs Bickles and Western Union, GK and Priority Insurance, because we care.
It's time to hear from you. Call 485-9797. Exclusively with Bickles. Taste the difference.
7:30 in the morning, all if you want a hot coffee, Bickles. You want coconut bakes, Bickles. You want shrimp patty, Bickles. You want cheese and something as well.
Yeah, they had chicken and cheese.
Cheese and
Cass,
yeah.
Dudu.
So, you know,
Two chicken, yeah, me and Cass went to school. 2 chicken and cheese, Cass.
Wow.
2 chicken and cheese.
Wow.
And 3 porridge.
Wow.
What?
You see the eagle eye again? Wow.
Yeah.
Cass
is my homie.
What's it? All right. It's Valentine's, man. Come on, man. It's Valentine's. Yeah.
For you like some of this, Cass. And you're doing it wrong. It's this week.
So, hey, tragedy struck once again.
Yeah. So let me just give you a recap. Construction worker of Georgetown, identified as Lamont Spanny Baptiste, has died from injuries he sustained after falling from a 4-story building frame in Villa on Wednesday. That was yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Unconfirmed reports indicate that Baptiste may have been electrocuted while working on the structure before falling from an undisclosed height. The fall reportedly resulted in severe injuries, including a fractured skull. All right, so the question, I think, of the morning is, what evidence is there going to be that Mr. Baptiste's life
is worth
was valued in the construction industry?
Yeah, I was going to say worth something, but
was protected. Was, you know what I mean?
I think in a case like this,
treated with dignity.
What would have to happen is that the government would have to interject in this and go like a save as a.
The government may be at fault, though. I mean,
maybe we don't know.
They might argue that it was the former government, but they may argue that. Look, there was, you know, we'd read from Google that off a main road they're saying anywhere between 20 and 25 feet setbacks.
Uh-huh.
Some people are questioning whether it has that
distance.
But
we have a video.
Somebody in our comments said that I know their property is it's off a side road.
Right.
It's not a main road, a side road.
They were off a side road.
Off the side road.
So the main road, the side road, off the side road.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
And planning enforced that they had to go back 15 feet for a residential house.
But let me ask a question. Stick up in
right.
Let me ask one question. If that person is on a side road, off the side road, I have to go back 15 feet. How much feet does Magic Fish have to go back from the Calico main?
Well, let's look at it. We'll come to that. Let's look at the construction, the building where the Mr. Baptiste fell from.
Yeah. Join us on Facebook at Hot 97 SRG and our YouTube page as well. If you want to see what we're talking about.
Probably the contractor.
No volume. We have a video here showing.
So somebody's on the main road driving past it.
Mm-hmm.
And
that first corner right there,
it's pretty close.
That don't look like 15 to 20 feet. Okay, so the person is driving from the Windward side heading to town. So they're passing the bus stop. That's right there.
So the first kind of corner of the building.
Yeah. Let's pause right there.
Just past the bus stop.
Like, look at that. Look at that. That don't look 15 to 20 feet.
That look like I could jump from
the wall onto the building.
Or vice versa.
I mean,
it could be.
It could. I mean, sometimes the images on these things is a little bit deceptive, but I would guess it's closer than 25 feet.
Yeah, definitely.
Right, you could see the high tension wire just above.
Mm-hmm.
Right. You know, and let the video run. Let's see how close that line is. Jesus, boy, it's close.
Nah.
Look how close that line is.
That is a bit too close.
Yeah.
And this is what I'm saying. So you were saying to me, if you have a health officer and he sees that, is in England, that ain't happening.
Nope.
Well, I'm guessing the reason for the setbacks, one of the reasons is to avoid things like high tension lines.
Exactly.
Right?
And they steel. That high tension wire only have to touch one beam of steel, and that
it doesn't
whole
even
building
have, it
lights
doesn't
up.
even have
It doesn't
to
even have to touch.
Well,
Yeah.
It can arc it.
Yeah.
Look at the amount of steel that's there. That's also, remember now, these beams are earthed. Remember, they have these long bolts at the base that goes down into the ground.
So if you see the high tension wire, it basically runs on the perimeter of the road, right? So I think, again, I mean, there has to be questions of planning. First off,
I want one of my Vinlet brethren call me. I want to know what the closest wire to that building is.
should the building be even that close to that line? I'm presuming one of the reasons for the setback stipulations is to step back from high tension lines as well, right?
Exactly. And isn't there like a Zian, Mr. Kane? I don't want to pronounce your first name wrong. Isn't there something they could put over these lines? I'm pretty sure there's something like a spaghetti noodle they could put over these lines to stop that when they're doing stuff close to high tension lines.
Yeah, but
I'm pretty sure there's some type of safety thing.
Even though if we don't have the spaghetti noodle thingy, packy, whatever, it shouldn't be so close to that.
That too.
That is the
That too.
first and
That
foremost. They forget what we could put over the line.
It shouldn't have gone up
That
that
shouldn't have
whole
gone
other
up
level.
next to
Yeah,
the-
that whole other level. should
That's
have
the
been up
long and short of the
There's a
story.
question about it.
Yeah.
I don't think you could say categorically, but it looks to the eye, it looks too close.
Right. Well, yeah.
Right.
I just talking from what I'm seeing.
So if it is too close, then I think, maybe parts of the lawsuit should be planning.
But these were just telling all the
Yeah,
time.
because if you look at it, right, you know the building going up to a certain height. You know the pole is a certain height because you should have gone there and assessed it. So you should have said, okay, this building can't be 4 stories.
Yeah.
Or 5. It has to be 3.
Somebody from planning support. And like I said, if you're home in your blinking house and you say you're going to knock your wall and push it a little further front, in a minute, planning to find you.
You were just saying about your gated.
I was going to put in a slide gate
Yeah.
because I was saying when he is come out the vehicle.
Yeah. Just push it
I
up
was stopped.
Wow. A slide gate.
Yes. And I had the room
And
because
your
I could
own
just
line.
take a piece of my bridge
Yeah.
and go up to put the rail.
rail, yeah.
I was stopped. So ain't not nobody
As-
could
as they
tell
say,
me.
somebody building a residential house and on a side road, off a side road, was told they have to. They were demanded that they go back 15 feet.
It's crazy.
So maybe one of the culprits is planning again.
because if that person
This is a test for government, though.
Yeah.
Government have to
interject, you must.
because we've all had a feeling in the past.
Mhm.
I'm not saying this is, but these things are subjective. But there's always been a feeling in the past that planning has been somewhat subjective, depending on who's making the request.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want the perfect example of that,
Your brother
Right.
call. Yeah.
if you want the perfect
Well,
example of that, drive past the same structure and go to Calico.
Yeah.
And you will see, let me call them by the correct name now, where Rainforest just open a
retail store.
retail store right on the main road.
Where a man was just hit and
How
That's
planning
dangerous.
past that?
That's dangerous. Yeah.
And I am sure planning knows about that. What happened?
Chris and Magic Fish.
But yeah, I had to carry on. What happened? So how is that allowed to happen? But somebody is doing a building on a side road, off a side road, had to go back 15 feet.
Money talks.
Somebody butter somebody.
Money talks.
Well, Amicia
Money
Williams.
talks.
Amicia Williams
Come
on the live is saying the law is anyone working 6 feet or higher must be tied off. Too many contractors play cheap and does not enforce the OSHA on job sites, even though it is in tendered documents.
Why you think this
That's
stop
why-
Cedric Mills' brother in French's? You notice that kind of abandoned structure in the French's just before you get to the that was Mills' brother. He was going up. Who do you think stop him?
Consulting.
Planning. Because he was going too high. There's a building up by me as well. Gonna take the big corner come by me. Preacher Man building.
Skylar Wellen is saying we have no building codes. Is knock up anything. That's not actually true. Huh? You try knocking up and
Anything?
it contravenes the
Brother,
building
they
codes.
fine you.
Yeah,
They'll
they
stop
call it
you.
They fine you.
Yeah.
They fine who they want to fine.
They'll stop you.
They stop who they want to stop.
Somebody else says the work should have been planned properly, and those involved in the planning process and managing the work should have been competent to ensure the work is carried out safely.
Facts.
The genesis of this problem, it starts. I mean, it's a long playing story,
Yeah.
but it starts at planning. That's where it starts.
A UK number on the WhatsApp is saying, too cool, don't forget, even for Notting Hill Carnival, the mass bands have to pass health and safety
Must.
inspections
Yeah.
before
Must.
the bands leave to go on the road.
Yeah,
Their
a man
risk
does walk around
assessment-
that truck.
Their risk assessment has to be submitted weeks
Must.
before. It will be interesting to see the risk assessment for this project.
Somebody else says a lot of contractors don't give up beep about safety. All they care about is getting their work done.
So is it that construction workers
Disposable?
disposable? So if the contractors don't care, so all right, I lose one, I could get one tomorrow morning. That's it.
Somebody called Risa Malasses Oliver says one set of one-sidedness does be going on in Vinci. Sometimes it appears that way.
Sometimes.
Ines Collins says we don't have building space, so we have to start going higher also.
Yeah, but if
I don't have a problem with it going higher.
but
I for going higher.
do it
Yeah.
in the right way.
There you go. A 7 phone number on the WhatsApp says planning in SVG is a big problem. Or the laws. Already narrow roads. Why are walls being built so close? And they sent a picture of a retaining, well, not a retaining wall, like a boundary wall, like dead on the road, and an excavator right there by the side of the let me post this up on the WhatsApp on the live. Hold on, let me pull this down so you guys can see. You seeing it?
What's that?
What are we seeing?
We're seeing a road. Yeah, I can't figure it out. This way.
Something
Right.
in the road?
No, they're saying, right, planning is the problem already because look, they allow this person to build a wall right on the road, and then
Yeah.
there's an excavator parked right
But
behind
my
it.
buddy, drive go down Camden Park and tell me where the clinic is.
Okay.
Go down
The
Camden
clinic, the
Park
clinic is basically touching the
and
road.
tell
Yeah.
me where the clinic is.
Yeah.
My phone says planning messed up. Possibly.
And I'm not saying that we should exempt whoever else coming down the line, but all those problems there. That
No,
problem.
what I'm suggesting is that the family, they have to go through the whole process.
right.
Right. So if planning
It's a chain.
contravene their own rules, right? Because some of their rules are for health and safety purposes, right?
Supposed to be.
So planning have to be in the firing line.
right.
The contractor,
Then you go down the chain.
right?
Yep.
You go down the chain.
You know what I mean?
Subcontractor.
Subcontractor, health and safety
You
department.
go down the chain.
Are they required to meet with the developer or the contractor before any construction begins?
Exactly.
Was that done?
You go down the chain.
Yeah.
But your first stop.
But at the end of it, some of money has to be paid, right? Because there has to be a penalty. It has to be cheaper to do it the right way
Than to
than to ignore it.
Exactly.
That's
And-
the only way you really affect change.
and cause injury or loss
Yeah.
of life. Excuse me. Zianido Kane is saying in the UK, no work on construction projects cannot start until a risk assessment and a method statement is
I just
completed
said
and
so.
approved.
A vehicle pull up, a little short dude come out with a chart in his hand and a pen. He look up in the sky, he make two spin, he watch your bill, and if he start to tick off the boxes, boy, you in problems. Nothing doing.
Tuwan Jr. says nothing is wrong with building 12, 13 stories because we have solid land here. But yet, we are in the past in terms of buildings. We should be looking for an upgrade in the building code. Well, nothing wrong with that. You know?
I don't know whether the building code needs it or whether we just need to adhere to it.
Exactly.
Because
Because I've been advocating for a 7-story car park for the last 2 years. You understand?
Even simple
So
things.
it's not wrong with going up. We have no problem with going up. We have a problem with the safety standards.
even things like building code when it comes to like hurricane proofing,
or
right?
look,
Is
look,
important
look.
simply because otherwise, right, the burden of getting people back into their lives falls on the taxpayers.
But look, we just passed through burial.
Yeah.
And what we saying with
Guys,
burial and building code.
guys, fire, even fire code. Look right there.
I mean, right
Why
now.
remember this billing bond down the other day? Why are we still billing millions without a fire extinguishing system inside of the building, a sprinkler system?
But unless this is dealt with, we will have issues.
Lots of comments. Niece says them men barely wear steel tip boots.
Well, let me go commercials. When we come back, we'll take your comments and all that kind of things. So, yeah, I came in with the comments and the big and the GK Priority Insurances Limited.